Now, it's a mini computer that's changing how IT is taught in schools. You might not have heard of it. It's called the Raspberry Pi. The millionth one will come off the production line in South Wales later.
It's just a tiny circuit board plugged into a television or a computer screen, but it's become a runaway success. It was launched in February last year, and Steph has one. Morning.
Yes, good morning to you. Very popular these have been. Good morning, everyone. It may not look like much, but it's hoped that this tiny computer, which sells for just £24, will help teach a generation of school children basic computer programming skills. Now, it's produced by an educational charity on a not-for-profit basis, so any money raised through the sale of the units will be ploughed back into teaching IT in schools. Now, the Pi, which went on sale in February of last year, has been a huge hit, and the millionth one is coming off the production line in South Wales later today. Well, next year there will be a radical shake-up of IT being taught in schools, and it's hoped that the Pi could play a big role in that. Well, with me now is Alan O'Donoghue. He's a teacher and founder of raspberryjam.org.uk, which is a website for enthusiasts of the Raspberry Pi. Good morning to you.
Good morning,
Alan.
Steph.
Just explain how it works, because it doesn't look like much, does it?
Well, a lot of people really have the problem understanding, because we've got computers all around us in our pockets and, wearing them around our head. And they're really designed to make computing convenient. This isn't. This is actually offers challenge and creativity. In some ways, it works like any other computer, like the one you might have in your pocket. But you might plug it into a TV, you might plug it into a computer monitor, keyboard, and it is a computer, a low-cost computer, to make it accessible.
So how can it be used in schools? Explain that, and why don't we have, type of things like this already?
Well, that's the challenge that's facing a lot of people at the moment, because they say, well, we've got a classroom full of computers, so why do we need this Raspberry Pi? And that's the big conundrum and the challenge, and it makes people think. But it can be used as a creative computing platform to create all kinds of projects.
So give us an example.
Well, we've had a backyard example where somebody sent theirs up into space for just a few £100. That's right, not billions of dollars, but just a few £100. We had.
Was it a school child that did that?
School children have been getting involved in this kind of thing, but it gives them the potential to be able to launch projects into space that people could only dream of before. 13-year-old Amy, she learned how to model cell reproduction, like Conway's Game of Life, all on her Raspberry Pi.
There's been a lot of, I hate to call them geeks, who've been very interested in this. And in schools, though, is there enough demand, enough appetite for it?
We're only just starting to get there at the moment. I mean, geeks are going to like this, but one of the things we've got with the Raspberry Jam events is we've got mums and sons, dads and daughters from 5 years up to grandparents, all getting really excited about this thrilling experience that this offers.
Do the teachers know enough about how to do this type of thing? That's been one of the criticisms.
Yeah, there's a mixture. Some teachers are getting really excited about the potential of it, and there's still a lot of people going, it's just a circuit board, what do we do? And that's what the Raspberry Jam is, to help people to come to terms with the potential of what it offers.
OK, Alan, well, thanks very much for explaining it to us and bringing them in for us this morning. And that's it from me for now. I'll be back a bit shortly with more on the Help to Buy scheme.
Steph, thanks very much.
We're talking about the Scouts this morning. The Scout Association in the UK has announced an alternative version of its membership promise for young people who don't believe in God.
From January, instead of vowing to do my duty to God, Scouts will be able to promise to uphold Scout values.
Well, that new promise will exist alongside the core promise, which has remained unchanged for 106 years. Here's our religious affairs correspondent, Robert Piggott.
For more than a century, a condition of membership for Scouts has been a belief in God and a willingness to pledge allegiance to the movement by promising to do my duty to God. However, responding to changing patterns of belief and pressure from its members for greater inclusiveness, the Scout Association is introducing a new promise that replaces duty to God with a promise to uphold Scout values. From January, new Scouts in the UK will promise, I will do my best to uphold our Scout values, to do my duty to the Queen, to help other people and to keep the Scout law. The Scout Association